The United States definitely has to provide more programs for prevention, diversion, and reentry. And, the guy that I had the conversation with yesterday, I asked him, once it was time for you to be released or close to being released, in what ways were you helped um, upon, once you're released from prison, what are you going to do? And he said he was not helped in any type of way. It was him coming home, going to temp agencies, being denied, being told that, he had this record. And so the temp agency actually stopped putting down his record on applications because he was being denied. And that's not how it should be. I think better care needs to be given to those that are gone to prison for actual crimes that were committed, and more focus needs to also be paid upon those that that's not actually committing crimes, but that's being framed by prosecutors that have career goals. I think that's something that needs to be prevented as well. As I shared about my father yesterday, there was a prosecutor that had a career goal in mind. She wanted to be a judge. And so she, instead of listening to the facts, she convicted my father when someone actually committed the crime. Thankfully, my father had actually applied to a job before he went to prison. And I'm not going to say where he works, but while he was in prison, that job called. And it's a place where back home, a lot of people try to get in. And that place, they called him while he was away. And thankfully, they said, you know what, we're going to hold on to this job until he came home. And so when he came home, he had a job, he had a career somewhere where he's been over for 30 years. And he was able to provide for his family. But that's not the case all of the time. And for my father, that's the only career that he could have had. He couldn't go anywhere else to apply for a job because of his record. And it's been over 30 years. That should not be the case. So I implore and encourage everyone to collectively, let's sit together and have some conversations, do more research on your end on mass incarceration and how we can end it. Of course, I'll be putting out more information soon on some ideas and some programs that I've been working on to help end mass incarceration in this country. So again, I appreciate those that's reached out to me, the conversations that I've had over the last day, and I encourage you to continue to reach out to me, to share your stories with me, so that we can end this, so that we can continue to build up our Black and brown communities, and that our men can continue to be providers in the household legally, and not going to jail for simply walking down the street, for standing on the corner, or for being Black. So again, today is Giving Tuesday. I hope you guys are making an impact today, and remember to be kind to people. You never know what someone might be going through. So no matter how frustrated you may be in today, remember that someone may be internally going through something. Be kind and go do something.